have that glue up the lash, it really actually gives it something to hang on to a little bit longer. So the longevity of your lashes is a little bit better. So just so she's even, and I'm so OCD, we're gonna do it in the middle over here. So same thing, so you're gonna swipe, and then you're just gonna set. And that's it. And then we'll go back over here. So pay attention that I just did them in the middle, but you're gonna go back over here to your outer corners. So we're gonna do another 11. And same thing, so you're isolated, you're gonna swipe, and then you're gonna set. And keep it isolated for just a couple seconds. You're gonna be slower in the beginning anyways, and that's totally fine, because I promise your clients would rather have a better set of lashes than all of their lashes glued together. Because if you don't let it sit for just a second, what happens is those little babies that were next to it that you were isolating it from actually get attached to that extension. So then you're picking them apart, which it happens. It's totally normal. Sometimes you just cannot control it because this glue is really sticky. But if you can avoid it, definitely try to. So same thing, we're gonna isolate. Oops. And go ahead and isolate before you actually grab your lash, so don't do what I'm doing right now. So we're just gonna do this little one right here. And release. You can always kind of play with it. Go back over here. So it's easier to isolate it and then go ahead and grab your lash. So then you're not looking for a lash as you have your glue on there. So go ahead and get.
Are you sleeping? Oh no, don't close it. Open
Don't
it.
do it.
Sorry. You should just put your hands down. You keep jumping.
Yeah.
You keep jumping.
Oh. What are you guys talking about?
That's a good thing. Clients can sleep while you're having this.
Oh my gosh, yes. People fall asleep all the time. I mean, my clients, they'd be like, oh, say sorry. I'm like, you were, but that's okay. That's okay. We don't mind. When I first started doing lashes, I was concentrating so hard that I was like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you while I do this. I just can't do that. You know, the two things at one time. I was like, I'm really concentrating on your lashes. And so all of my clients in the beginning slept. And so I think they just got used to kind of coming in and sleeping.
Will we get some practice on her today, or this is just watching?
Just one.
I think you guys are, just watching today. And then feel free to use, the dummy. I know it sounds silly, but it's going to be your guys' best friend, just to come in here and be able to practice, because, you know, she is going to have those gorgeous strip lashes on. But, you know, and I'll talk to Erin too, like, if you guys have people that are available to be a model, I would also recommend practicing on people, because they're going to be able to tell you, like, hey, that burned, hey, something's kind of sticking me right here, whereas the mannequin obviously cannot. So sometimes it doesn't want to stick, so you can just go back and replace it.
So you said that you're going back and forth between left and right? Okay. And you're doing the 11s on the end?
And
so
right
like
now we're
shorter.
doing,
Okay.
right now we're going to do 11s on the outer corners.
And how many do you typically place on the outer corners?
You want to try and get a lash extension to every lash that they have. So usually, like, your full sets are probably going to typically last about 3 hours.
Okay.
First to start off with. And then, you know, you'll get quicker as time goes on, but usually about, I would say, you know, 6 to 10 lashes on the outer corners, and then go ahead and move to the inner corners. Because once you can start filling it in the middle, you're like, oh, I got this, we're good. Once you start seeing that actual shape, you're like, okay, we're gonna have a full set, I can do this. Because it does, I mean, it gets you know, you get back here and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. This person has so many lashes. But once you kind of start seeing some shape, you're like, all right, I got it. So we'll go ahead and start doing some inner corner ones just because those are a little more tricky. So we'll go ahead and do some 10s right now. So as you can see, these are quite a bit finer even than just her lashes in the middle. So you can kind of wiggle it around a little bit and make sure that, hey, that's a top lash, not a bottom lash, and get it separated. So we'll go ahead and grab a 10. And you're going to want to attach the base of the lash extension to the base of their natural lash, obviously. You want to avoid having any gap underneath of it, because that's gonna be where it bothers people, because they're gonna be able to feel it lifting a little bit. So you want to make sure that they're base to base. And don't be afraid if it's not sitting right and if it's not going the right direction. Do not be afraid to just take it off and do another one.
After you place it, you can take it off?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So like if I wanted to take this one off right here, what you're going to do is, you see how this is her natural lash?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're going to hold the lash extension and you're going to hold the natural lash and you're kind of just going to peel. And you're going to peel. So you can still place another lash on there. So there's a little bit of glue that we're going to want to get rid of. So bear with me here, Gabby. You're going to want to just get rid of that glue. And then you can just apply a lash right back to it.
That looks advanced.
And it's going to curl it just a little bit since I was peeling it, but that is normal. As long as you're not breaking that lash, you're good. You want to keep the lash, her natural lash, intact. So we'll go ahead and put another one on there. Just come on. So sometimes they require you to hold it just a little bit longer, but which is good. All right, so we'll go back over here. Get another one isolated. Swipe and set. Easy enough. You're gonna come over here. Do the same thing. You're gonna swipe, dab off any additional. Like I said, make sure it's going the right direction here. Come back over here. So you guys will get much faster, and that's why it's so much easier to go back and forth. It's because it really allows that other extension to dry.
Come real close.
Mm-hmm. Not being very sticky. There we go. So you kind of can hold it to make sure it's going to go in the right direction.